What's up, guys? I hope you guys are all having a great day. I am headed back to work. I just picked up my kids from school and dropped them off at home, so now I am just going back to work. I have a couple clients. So today's subject matter is going to be teen pregnancy. I kind of wanted to touch on this because I really don't talk about it very much. I am a teen mother myself. I'm not a teenager anymore, but I was. And I kind of want to just shed some light. If you are a teen mom or you are a teenager who just discovered that you are pregnant, just know that if you're choosing to keep your baby, it's not the end of the world. If anything, me having my children young changed my life. I got pregnant at 14 years old. I had my son less than a month after I turned 15. So my birthday was on the 24th of April. His birthday is May 19th. Just turned 15 years old, and my parents wanted me to get an abortion. His dad, same thing, and then we decided that we were going to keep him, and I knew in my heart I was never going to give him up anyway, so it didn't really matter what anybody thought. At that time, even being so young, I still had my morals and my value code, and I was never going to let anybody tell me that I needed to abort him. I didn't care if I had to live on the street or what. I was determined to be a good mother. Now, I do think that a lot of times, sometimes we have these babies, we don't understand, we don't think we can get pregnant, or I don't know what it is that we think. I think at the time, nobody had really talked to me about it. Everybody just says, don't have sex, but they don't really explain why or what or how. And so shortly after I lost my virginity, I ended up getting pregnant, actually. So it really is a cautionary tale, but at the same time, this is more centered towards those soon-to-be mothers or mothers that are teenagers. For one, I would say that we need to not void fill. I think my son was the most amazing gift that could have ever happened to me, and he did change my life for the better. But now that I'm a grown woman, I realized with his father, I was definitely trying to fill a void of abandonment that I didn't have. I didn't have that father. I didn't have that love that I feel like I searched for and I found in his father. And so I think that's a big deal. I think if you're a parent right now and you're trying to prevent your kid from getting pregnant or latching on to their boyfriend or girlfriend or something, I think the number one thing would just be to try your best to just listen to them, hear them out, spend time with them if you can, take them to do things, really, really focus in on them, because it's a very vulnerable time when you're a teenager, and I feel like they're missing something and they look for it in other people, void fillers, just like adults do with alcohol or drugs or something like that. I think that for me, my son did change my life for the better, and I would never change it. But I want to tell the teen moms that you need to really focus on what you're going to do. You need to really make a game plan, because it's not going to be easy. And I've seen a lot of girls who get pregnant young, and they expect their mother or their grandmother or their aunt or whoever to take care of their responsibility. And it is not their responsibility to take care of your child. If you can lay down and get pregnant, whatever the reasoning was or whatever, you need to be a mother. And that means sacrificing. The number one thing that I've always done with my children is put them before myself, my needs, my wants, my desires. There's no more going out if that's something that you're doing. There's no more, messing around. I don't know what you're into right now. Maybe you're just a good kid and it was just something that happened. And if so, then, I totally understand. Either way, it's not about you anymore. And so I think that's the number one thing that you need to get, is that it's time to start focusing on how are we going to set up our life for the future. I had 2 kids in high school. I had my son when I was 15, then I had my daughter when I was 18. And so I was in high school the whole time and I was trying to figure out. I mean, it was difficult. It was hard. I couldn't even get a job. I was so young when I had my son. I had to really struggle and really lean on my mom because my dad really wasn't. He didn't really want anything to do. He was there, but he wasn't really there. My mom, she helped me out a lot. I was a single mom. Pretty much I was a single mom when I was young. His dad wasn't really helpful either. Another thing about that is, please, 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 if you are a teen mom and your baby's dad is acting and not treating you good and not wanting to be there, you need to wash your hands of that situation right here and now. You are very young. You are beautiful. You are amazing. You have a good head on your shoulders. You do not need to be worried about what he's doing. He's going to go through his own motions with this situation that he's responsible for now. You both are. And when you're young, sometimes you're young. You're thinking young. As mothers, with the pregnancy, our body changes. We develop into women pretty much. And we go through that labor. We go through all of that stuff. And so your body is going to develop. Your mind is going to develop much faster than his is. And if he's not in the right mind state, if he doesn't have the proper support, if he doesn't have people around him that he can talk to and lean on, he might go in opposite direction. In any case, you need to take care of your child. You need to be that person that's going to be there for them. Who cares what he or anyone else is doing? You need to learn your value and your worth very quickly, because being a young woman, having a baby, your doctors are going to look at you funny. People at the store are going to look at you funny. People in life are going to look at you funny. Your baby's dad may or may not want to be there. That doesn't matter. All that matters is that you are going to be a good mom. You are going to do the right thing by your child. That is what is important. Now, it's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy, but I think if you can get to a place where you're just focused in on your child. My auntie told me when I was young, before I had my son, if you make every decision and base it around your child and what's going to be good for them, you'll be okay. And I've kind of lived by that even till now. All my children, I live by that. Wanted to make sure. I did drop out of school. I dropped out after I had my son. We were in school together. We were going to a school that had a daycare, an alternative school, and the alternative school closed. I didn't know what I was going to do. It was just a very difficult time. But either way, I made it work. And I took some time off and I decided to put myself back in school. I was on my second child. I decided that I wanted to make something of myself. And everybody said I couldn't do it. I'd graduate, that, I should just get my GED. And I said, no, I'm going to finish school. I'm gonna get my diploma. I'm gonna make the most out of my life, and I'm gonna do it for my kids, and I'm gonna decide what I'm gonna do after, whether it be go to college or working or whatever. At that time, I had started working. I was really trying to make something of my life, and I put myself back in school. I had my own apartment. I was working on my relationship with my daughter's dad, and I just want you guys to know that you guys can be successful. You guys can make something of yourself, but you have to really put in the work and the effort. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be very difficult. There's going to be times where you cry yourself to sleep. There's going to be times where you don't get any sleep with the baby. The baby's going to be up all night. You're going to be tired, exhausted to the point that you've never felt in your life before, but you're going to be okay. You're going to get through it. You're going to have to go to school. You're going to have to do homework in between feedings. It's going to be hard, but you know what? You can make something of yourself. And don't let anybody down talk you. Don't let anybody say you're not going to make it. And you do have something to prove at this point to anybody else but to yourself and to your child, because it's about them now. It's not about you. Continue your education. Figure out something that you want to do. There's nothing wrong with working little side jobs in between, but I will tell you that there's nothing more fulfilling than having a career in something that you love and something that you chose and something that you worked hard for. I'm a business owner now. I have a few little side hustles that I do that hopefully will grow into its own entity. I'm a brand. I am a mother, and I'm a single mother of 5 children now. My story continues, but this is why I feel like I can speak on it, and I can kind of encourage you guys and just tell you that even though it's not going to be easy, it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it for you to watch your kids grow and for you to grow with your children, because listen, you're young right now and your mind is not fully developed still, and you're going to go through a lot of things. But the one thing that I want you guys to learn and to try to teach yourself, there's so many YouTube videos, some of my videos, other people's videos, that can help you guys learn the things that you need to learn. If I was to say anything at your guys' age right now, I would learn a lot about the mind, the way the mind works. I would learn a lot about self-love, learning how to love yourself through all the things. We all have childhood traumas and stuff. You guys are at very vulnerable states right now, you know, with your kids, trying to make it through life, or you're pregnant, you're young, you know, maybe you're having those abandonment issues with your parents, maybe somebody left you, or you had abuse in your life or something like that. You can kind of all look back on that and figure out where you are right now and what it is that you need to work on, because we can always work and develop, and that's what we need to be doing. That's how growth happens, and it's time to mature. I know that you're young, but you have no choice. It's time. Co-parenting stuff, you need to learn how to co-parent, whether you're with your kid's dad or you're not. You still have to learn those things, because not only the parents but the family members, you're going to have to learn how to deal with other family members. You're going to have to be level-headed. You're going to have to take yourself out of the equation and learn how to not be emotional about it. I know it's your child and it's like, well, I'll do anything for my child. I get that, but you now share a child, so it's not just about you, it's about what's in the best interest of the child. So you might have to share, you might have to coexist and be good and do well for your child with your ex or your partner or whatever, make it work. Like I said, take care of yourself first, because you need to be right in order for you to do a good job at being a parent. Birth control, stuff like that, you guys try to find a good birth control. Personally, myself, I had the IUD, that didn't work for me. There was a couple, I've had conversations with many women who have had trouble with birth control. Honestly, guys, I would say abstinence right now. I would say there's such a high chance of you, once you have a baby, to get pregnant again, because your hormones and stuff like that, and there's so many people who have babies back to back, and we don't realize how fast it can happen. So I would just say be very, very careful. Make sure you're not having sex with multiple partners. I hate to even say that, but at the same time, I just need to put it out there as a disclaimer, because STDs are a real thing, and people sleep around a lot. You know, once people know that you are obviously having sex, you're pregnant, or you have a child, that's going to be like a target on your back pretty much. You know, they think that you're going to put out. Focus on yourself, focus on your child, focus on your work if you're working, focus on your schooling, focus on you and that child or your children, and do the best job that you can. I know some of you have it really hard and you feel unloved, you feel alone, maybe your parents kicked you out or something like that, and you're just having a hard time. There's so many resources, and I know it sucks, but guys, you can do it. And if you need anything, feel free to message me, comment, email me, anything. I'm here for you. I've been right where you are. I feel for you, and I know what you're going through. It's gonna be okay. And don't be afraid to pray, you guys. I feel like that was such a huge thing for me. I didn't even know who God was when I had my son, and over time I learned, and over time you guys will learn, you guys will grow a faith, or not, you know, if that's not your thing. But I think for me that really helped me with raising my child. And when I felt alone I felt like God was there for me. So if you can get into a church or watch church online, I mean, there's so many resources right now that will help you. Do what you have to do. You know, I know a lot of people say, oh, don't abuse the system. You know, it's not abuse if you need to feed your child and yourself. You need to get on WIC. You need to get on food stamps. You need to get on housing so you can have your own house. You need to focus up and get things done. There is resources out there, so use them if you guys can. Don't feel bad about it. You are trying to make your way. There's no shame in anything, guys. When I had my son, I remember I didn't even have for his first Christmas money. I couldn't even get money because I couldn't even work, you know, and I felt so alone. And I remember for Thanksgiving I made a little jar that had his name on it, and it said the fund for him for Christmas, and I put it in the middle of the table, and my family just filled it up, dollar bills or whatever, pennies, quarters, whatever they had. And that was what I used for his first Christmas. It felt like such a failure as a mom, but at the same time, I always go back to that moment, and now where I'm at compared to where I was then is just, I turned my life into something that I can be proud of and something that I can motivate others with. And so I just feel like this is part of my testimony. I don't even know why I never talked about this before, but I guess I just felt like it was time. So, you know, guys, I just want you guys to know that you're not alone, and I want you guys to feel empowered and feel like you don't have to just be a teen mom. You're so much more than that. You are beautiful, you are intelligent, you are not just, you know, used up, used goods. You know, you have something to live for more than a lot of people do. Having a baby is not the end of the world. It is not the end of your life. It's just the beginning. And honestly, who cares if you can't go out? Who cares if you can't have your friends around? Who cares? You're probably going to lose a lot of friends, honestly. I had friends and I lost all of them except for a minor few. And that was okay. You have to be okay with that. And as you grow, you'll learn. They're going to part different ways. But as long as you stay focused, keep your eye on the prize, whatever goal you want to reach in your life, set goals and hit those goals every time you can, and you guys will do great. Don't worry about, you know, 10 years from now. Just focus on today, focus on the moment, focus on your health, focus on the things that are important, and you guys are going to do great. I might do some more videos like this if you guys have any questions, just being a teen mom, being pregnant, or if you guys want to ask me anything or whatever. I mean, I'm here to just strike up the conversation, so I hope that this video empowered somebody, and if you know anybody who needs this video, go ahead and share it. Thank you guys so much for watching today, and I am praying for all of you, and I hope you guys have a great day. I will talk to you guys on the next one. Bye.